Hey, everybody. Welcome to 605 Speaks. I haven't recorded for a while, but I had something super random happen yesterday. And through a series of random events, the person that I ran into found our post about it. And now here we are, and we're going to talk about life in South Dakota. Yesterday, I went down to a heritage park in Sioux Falls. Everybody knows I'm a Riversider, I'm an East Sider. And Heritage Park is actually part of the Whittier Park neighborhood. It is on 8th Street, real near to Whittier School. And there's a lot of people that spend their Saturdays there. And there is a group in Sioux Falls called Feed Sioux Falls. And Feed Sioux Falls runs a give as much as you can, take what you need food pantry. There's no sign up, no hoops to jump through. It's just to help people that are like falling in the gap and need a hand up and rather than their hand held. And they also gather items and take donations of items and funds to purchase items to help some of our unhoused neighbors that live or stay in the Whittier neighborhood. So on Saturday mornings, they go to Heritage Park at about 10 a.m. and they set up and they just kind of gather with community, check on how people are doing. It's a very social event. There's juice and cookies, and they also happen to have things like shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrushes out on the table for people that might need them. And it's just a very social community event. They always need more volunteers and they always need more funds. Their website is super easy to remember, feedsiouxfalls.com, and I will post that in all the comments. While we were there yesterday and just starting to wrap up, we noticed a young guy pulled up and got out his lunch and kind of calls out to the people at the picnic tables and says, "Hey, anybody want a burger?" And just he had extra burgers and dogs and just shared them with everybody. Hot dogs, not puppy dogs. No one was given a free puppy. I don't want anybody showing up looking for free puppies. Yeah, he just pulled up and was like, "Yeah, there was extra. I had enough for more than me, and I'm just here to share with the community." And I chatted with him for a little bit and found out he is not originally from South Dakota. And whenever I run into anybody not from South Dakota, I want to find out, what do they love about South Dakota? Why did they pick us over their home state for the moment? And also, whenever I run into anybody that's just genuinely like taking the opportunity to do good for their community, I mean, that's a person you want to learn about. So I did post a picture that, hey, we saw this guy Marcel and he just shared his lunch with strangers. And how awesome is that? And 500 likes later, in the comments, I found the actual Marcel. So I'm going to bring him on to the screen here and let him introduce himself. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
Good. I love that the picture of yourself just randomly ended up in the social media feed of someone that knew you and was like, "Bro,
I
what are you
know,
doing?"
right? Yeah, it was very. I didn't expect to see that. Honestly, once he showed it to me at work, I was like, oh wow, I didn't even, I don't know. I remember, you took the
Yeah,
pictures, but
we chatted for a few minutes. I did get consent from all people photographed.
right,
That,
yeah.
yeah,
I get what you're saying, yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
it was beautiful though. So yeah, I like it.
It was awesome. We had just kind of finished giving out supplies to everybody. Everybody had juice, everybody had water, and we were just kind of wrapping up where us folks were going to leave. And it was just perfect timing for you to pull up and be like, "Hey, I'm here to share lunch with whoever needs it." And it was
Right,
just such a genuine moment that like partnered with what that group was genuinely there to do. We were like,
right, right, right.
he's one of us. So, and then of course I walked up and I thought, that accent, that's not South Dakotan, maybe Nebraskan, maybe Iowan, but
Oh
I think
no,
I'm really wrong.
yeah, way off. I'm like way south. So yeah.
So how did you end up in South Dakota? And are you kind of an East Side person? How did you end up at Heritage Park?
Well, of course, I'm from Louisiana. Well, I ended up here because, like almost 4 years ago, I was in a bad car wreck,
Okay.
and I didn't have any. I don't have any family back. All my family has left Louisiana.
It's
So,
scattered around the country.
yeah. So, my brother, he's been here like 15 years. So, He got me up here, helped me heal. And once I started walking again, because I couldn't walk, I mean, I was bad off. I was bad off. Um,
So you were drawn to South Dakota by family
yeah,
that loved you enough to take care of you, but did they warn you about how much our winters suck?
he did. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until that year when I came and the snowstorm was here. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I love being cold though. I mean, I love air. You know, I have
Yeah.
a fan right here in front of me now, but this cold,
I was gonna say I'm doing the math in my head, and 4 winters ago, that was like 2 years in a row of real bad, real bad.
yeah, especially for someone using crutches, you know, and yeah, it was
Mhm.
bad. Yes, man, it was definitely bad.
Yes,
But yeah,
and
I actually I pass by that park like every day to go to work. So and I be seeing, you know, I pass by there every day. You know, like I work every Saturday. You know, and I be seeing you guys out there, and I was like, you know, and I thought to myself, you know, like because I did a little cookout Friday for me and my little family, and I had like a bunch of burgers, bunch of hot dogs. I was like, you know, instead of throwing away, you know, why not, you know, go give it out, you know, instead of letting it go to waste, you know. So
right,
yeah,
and I saw people in the comments that were like, "Oh, we can't believe that the city didn't stop him." I'm like, "No, you guys are missing the whole thing. He wasn't selling anything. He wasn't like it was all adults. It was all like by choice. He
right,
just, I mean, literally, you rolled up and was like, "Anybody else want a burger?" I'm like, "This
right,
is."
right, right,
As a
for free. I mean,
carnivore, I was like, "This
everything.
might be my dream come true. This is a person out here with burgers."
Right, right, yeah,
And
yep,
it was, everybody was super appreciative. So, yeah.
right, yeah. They were telling me, you know, and you know, I mean, it warmed my heart. And I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah.
It also let me come to the idea, you know, that like every Saturday I'm gonna, you know, probably, you know, do something, you know,
Yeah.
probably cook something because I do cook for a living. I'm a chef by trade, but I either cook something or I go like buy some food and give it out, you know. So
Well, I tell you, the people at Feed Sioux Falls, when I came back, they're like, "Did you get his number? Because we want to get him to volunteer with us because that's a perfect compliment." And I'm like, "No, I just let him drive away." And then when I messaged later, I'm like, "You guys will not believe it. He found it. He found it." So,
right, right.
um, so looking at Sioux Falls, are you originally from New Orleans?
Oh
Like a
no,
big city?
yeah, Baton Rouge, yeah, Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty big. It's not as big as New Orleans, but it's big though.
And when I've never been there, I don't travel much. I'm just kind of a homebody, but when I think
Mhm.
about the idea of art and entertainment and food and culture, like I feel like where you're from has miles away from what we have. Like we have a lot of corn and soybeans and you can only go so far with that.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah, yeah, like the culture is very strong and it's a lot, you know, like the music is amazing, food amazing, you know. I brought a whole bunch of like my recipes that I learned from my grandmother here, you know, and I've been implicating them into the job that where I work at. So yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a damn good cook. So, you know, yeah.
I I personally think that salt is a spice.
Oh wow.
So
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
as soon as you talk about a grandma from Louisiana, I'm like, oh man, I bet she uses pepper too.
oh yeah. Actually, she didn't use pepper or salt. She was using all other types of seasonings.
Oh wow.
All other types. Yeah, yeah. And she was the best. I mean, I love her. I mean, I'm so glad to learn from her and my mother, you know. So
Right.
yeah, so I just made a career out of it.
Food and cooking is a tradition and of a lot of the tradition and the wealth of knowledge comes from how you're raised, not
Right,
necessarily if you
right,
went to
right,
school for it or where you worked, it's how you were
right,
raised.
right,
So,
right, right, right. Yeah, school. I mean, school is just like, you know, like putting like it's like paperwork, you know. But yeah, it definitely comes from where you were raised, you know,
mhm.
and how you were brought up for sure.
When you call home and talk to family from home, or maybe you and your brother, when you talk about things that you reminisce about, what is something though that you, besides food, that you miss the most, that you also think could happen here? Like obviously we can't bring Mardi Gras the way Mardi Gras is, or we can't bring um some of the other things. We can't change our weather, but what are some things that you're like, boy, if people really knew, they could pick this up and put it here too?
Um, I would say the music for
Yeah.
sure. Because like around Louisiana, it's more like it's the music is like more jazz based,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's like a amazing music. I mean, I listen to jazz all the time, and I've even told like the my GM of where I work, like to because we play music like like over the whole restaurant and stuff. I even asked him to to put jazz
Get
throughout
some
the restaurant, and he
or get
has,
some Zydeco music.
yeah, like instead of this this bland stuff that they be playing, like
Right.
but he has played it and he's got compliments about it. So yeah, I would
It's
say the
just
music for
something
sure.
different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is something that you would take from here that you wish you could plunk down there and have your whole family go, really? This is amazing.
Um, I'm gonna be
It's
honest with
okay.
you.
It's okay to say I haven't lived here long enough yet to find that.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that, but then I just thought about it because back home our economy is like it's bad. You the only way you can get by back there back home is either on the streets trapping or working 2 to 3 jobs. That's what I was doing. I was at first, when I was younger, I was on the streets, of course, but I grew out of it, and I started working. But yeah, I was working like 3 jobs just to pay
And
my bills.
is that from like the national perspective? Is that just been kind of stuck in that way since the hurricane, since like all the way back to
Yep, yep,
Katrina?
ever since Katrina, yeah, ever
Yeah.
since that happened, yep. And it just stuck there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I would definitely love for saying my city to like like raise minimum wage, like saying
Yeah.
like give the give the young people something to to not want to be in the streets, because it's a
Right.
lot. I mean, like if you go up there, you go to New Orleans and they got kids walking around with rifles and police don't do nothing about it because they're afraid to, so
Right.
like say, but yeah, definitely the economy because it's like it's bad, it's very bad.
Being up here in South Dakota, when you talk about kids walking around with rifles, uh, have you gone hunting in South Dakota yet? Has anybody taken you out pheasant hunting or?
No, not here. I haven't been hunting here yet. No, but I've heard some stories, from a few coworkers and stuff, about. I have been fishing though. I do love to
Yeah,
fish. Yeah,
fishing is good. I was gonna say because
yeah.
now I'm starting to think, circling back to food. I wonder what he could do with a pheasant. I really enjoy eating pheasant, but it's pretty basic for me. But I wonder what that would be. We need to blend the cultures, and food is sometimes the way to do it.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. It'll make, like I mean, I've been thinking about getting me a food truck. I'm not too sure about it yet, but I don't know. I might just do that, just to do like have something to do like in my spare time, like
Yeah,
when I'm not working, other than
right,
just sitting here like playing my game or watching YouTube like I
right.
always do. Yeah.
Because our summers have been even like it's not even been fun to be outside or do anything outside this summer. It's been just such
Yeah.
critical heat,
That's
critical
that's
yuck.
that's, that's what I'm like. It feels like I'm back home how hot it is out here. And
Hmm.
then, later this year it's gonna be snow and all this other crap everywhere. That's crazy. I have never seen I have never seen snow back home. And the last time it snowed when I was back home, I would think I was like 8 years old, 8, 9 years
Yeah,
old. Yeah.
And
So yeah,
I'm sure it didn't stay either. Like ours stays and stays and stays. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I definitely don't like the snow for sure.
Do you go back and forth and visit at all, or is it easier to just stay acclimated to being up here? And I mean, the internet has changed things. You can stay in touch with family from all over the world now. It used to be people
Yeah.
would get homesick, but is it easier to just stay here and stay acclimated?
Well, I actually went home for my birthday, which was January 2nd. So
Okay.
I went home then, and visited my cousins, my nieces and nephews and stuff.
Showed up in your big snow coat, and they were like, "What has happened to you, sir?"
Oh yeah, I mean, I had the coat with me, but I didn't have it on because it was like 98 degrees. Soon as I touched down, I'm like, oh my god, here we go, back to the heat.
Right, right.
Yep, yes, ma'am.
Coming here and living in South Dakota, and like you said, seeing a better economy, seeing a better work, did that impact making you want to stay after you were healed up, brother's done taking care of you, you're independent? Was it like, um, I can stay here because I can work here?
Yes, definitely. And I once I started working, I still live with my brother, for like a year and a half, 2 years. I didn't have no car, I didn't have anything when I came here, but now I have all those things, my own
Mhm.
spot, all that. But yeah, I stayed with him for my first 2 years to help him out, like his with bills, my niece and nephews and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, yep.
Well,
But
there's
yeah,
no
I
reason
mean,
not to stay close to family either if you can.
yeah. I mean, life is short, so yeah, I try to, stay in contact with all my family.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and that's kind of what we talked about when you showed up there yesterday. I had been talking with a lot of those guys. One of those guys, John, we were talking about that his daughter lives in New York now, and his son is in
Mhm.
Iowa, and he's here, and just that he said it's different when your family's far away, and
Yeah,
it's like you have to make family then where you're at,
true,
and
true. And I mean, I'm not really a people person. I mean, I've been coming out of my shell since I moved here. I'm not gonna lie. And I didn't. When I first got here, I didn't have any kids. I actually just had my first son. What, 2 months ago? My first child.
oh,
You know.
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And but yeah, I've been slowly breaking out of my shell since I moved here. Which is why I decided to go and give out the burgers and stuff, and then
Mhm.
making another goal of doing this like every week. When I have the
Right,
chance to. Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Well, and one of the things that I had commented on right away is obviously I look super Midwest. I'm not Scandinavian, I'm Irish, but still we all look like a bunch of Norwegians up here, and things like that. And how community and welcoming. I know I said to you, I said I don't know if this is culturally insensitive or inappropriate, but boy, I think these guys really appreciate seeing another cultural connection with somebody that they feel
Right.
like we look alike, where it's not
Yeah.
just a bunch of crazy white ladies showing up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and they were conversating with me. I still had my car on. I was playing music and stuff in the background, and they were singing my music and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
made me look over. I'm like, are they all going and getting in that car? Who is that? And why are they all getting in their car? And then
Oh
they were like, no, he's having lunch. So yeah,
yeah,
that matters. It really does matter
yeah.
to have all the blends of cultures together. Otherwise, we don't learn anything about anybody either. So
True.
I think that's awesome. So now, if you're a parent in the Midwest, what are some things that you think will be an advantage to raising a child up here? No
Mm,
gators. We don't have gators.
yeah, that's a big plus. Snakes don't have those either. So yeah,
Yep.
that's good. Um, I would say, like, I mean, because I mean, it's violence everywhere,
Right.
but I mean, where I'm from is like it's way worse than here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hmm.
Um, in the neighborhood I live in, I mean, my son he lives in Minnesota with his mother, so he does when he does come up here. I live in a great neighborhood. Like it's not like really. like you don't go outside and you hear gunshots or sirens and
Right.
none of that stuff. Like when I was a child, that's all I used to hear every day:
Yeah.
sirens, gunshots, people outside fighting or something. Like so. I want my son to be raised in a great environment. Go to the best school. I want him to have the things that I didn't have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I want him to have me in
My,
his life because I didn't have my father. So
my child is also half Minnesotan, so I am glad that you know how to fish because she's always fishing with her dad, and I'm like, that's your
okay,
Minnesota side. And
right, right.
in their lakes, we have rivers.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so your little one's probably too little to have traveled all over the country yet, but what are some things that you plan on teaching or passing on that will be unique because of your experience before South Dakota to your child?
Oh, definitely cooking for sure. That's
Yeah.
the number one cooking. Um, Also fishing. And probably most likely sports too, because I played football in high school. So I want to see him, get out there on the field. I'm not going to force him, of course, but I want
Right.
him to do what he wants to do. But I would love to see him get on the football field though, because I mean, my career ended. I had busted my knee, which I still have problems with to this day. So I would love to see him on the football field for sure. Yeah.
And sports are, I think, that is something that connects everywhere. Sports are everywhere. I
Yeah.
know, in a lot of rural areas up here in the small town, even if you're not an athlete, everybody needs to be on the team. Otherwise, we don't, some of the little towns, it's like, we don't have enough players if we don't have you all.
Right.
We need all of you. You can
Right.
sit on the bench for most of it, but we need all of you to get invited to the game.
Right. True. That's very true. Yeah,
Do you know-
it's a whole lot of little small towns up here too that
Yeah.
I've noticed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a okay place. I mean, I didn't at first. I didn't like it. I had eyes looking at me everywhere I went. Like,
Hmm.
but I mean, I don't do nothing. I go to work and I come home. That's it.
Right.
I don't go out. I don't do the club scene anymore. So I'm always at home.
We don't have a club scene like other places do. It's fun to
Yeah,
say. I
yeah.
mean, it's all even our places where you might go to dance, there'll still be a TV with a sport on it. Everything is a sport
Oh
bar.
yeah. But trying to do big flat screens right hung up all around the place. That's crazy.
Everywhere, everywhere. And if there isn't a major sport on, somebody will even put on golf or something. Like there has to be a ball on a TV if you're in a place
Yeah.
that serves alcohol is my and that's kind of one of my pet peeves around here. That's where like I went to Washington DC last spring and I was like, you can go and have a drink and there will be live music and there is not a TV on the wall, and I'm like, wait a minute, people can have a drink without a TV? What?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it is possible.
yes. And even while I was there, like people not having their phones out because of things like live music and good food and being in the moment, and I'm like, this is crazy. But also some of it is like, considering we're a state that's built on tourism,
Hmm.
some of the stuff here we have to like make everything sort of bland, so when everyone comes to visit it feels the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done any of the big tourist South Dakota things? Have you been out like to the Black Hills? Have you been to the Corn Palace?
No, I haven't. I haven't. The only places I've been is only places I've been is the Mall of America, honestly. And
Oh my
and I go
goodness.
back and forth. Yeah, I go back and forth to Minnesota like every week. So
Man, you gotta pick up your kid, you gotta go west an hour, and they've got to see the Corn Palace. Otherwise, you haven't lived. And if anybody from back home says, what's a corn palace? It's a palace made of corn. And then they'll be
oh,
like, you
okay,
need to move home.
that's self-explanatory. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Your family will
Okay,
try
let's
and
check
come
it out.
rescue you.
About to check it out. So is it in South Dakota?
It is. It's in Mitchell. It's
Oh,
about 1 hour west. Hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. I've heard
Yep.
about Mitchell. Okay.
It's a great big building that all that's inside it is a giant gymnasium. They have like state ball tournaments there, like basketball, but the
Oh,
outside is all decorated with corn.
oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to
And
check that out. Sounds
yes,
interesting.
and every 2 years they take all the corn down and put up a new pattern of corn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
something.
I did an interview with somebody from there a couple years ago for this little vlog project, and they were like, "Yeah, and it's a special corn, and there's only like one, like they get it from a special farm that grows this corn, and
Mm,
yeah, it's a thing." And
mm.
somehow it's not more famous than Mount Rushmore. It should be.
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about going to Mount Rushmore. It's just a drive, though. I mean, I don't mind driving, but yeah, that's a good drive.
It's a
Yeah,
pretty boring drive. I do know too, people ask about when you come up here, they're like, "Oh, well, don't you just go over to that and see it?" And I'm like, "It's 5 hours.
five
It's
freaking hours.
of all I-90 just watching fields pass. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's not
very
just like
boring.
going across this just on the other side of town. It's 5 hours of empty.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, can
Yeah,
live without that.
yeah, definitely can. Yeah,
Yes. Well, I
yeah.
know you have to work this afternoon, so I don't want to keep you any longer. Is there anything you want to say to your family? Because then you can, if you're, are you
Um,
going to send them this link and be like, look at these crazy Midwesterners. They stalk me in the street.
yeah, they've actually already saw it because when I though most of my family is in the comments of under my post that I had posted. It's
Yeah.
mostly my family. Yeah, but well, I mean, I love you guys, and I'm gonna continue to do great things, and put a positive output out here. So yeah.
Right. Well, and
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
truly like when you talk about coming from a place where like people don't always get the opportunity for the best start, or they might do hard things to get to better places.
Mhm.
Um, when you had the well, I think that's probably what really caught my eyes when you had the opportunity to do a simple thing to make it a better place for people that were in the, I mean, a lot of people in that neighborhood, in that area, they're in the do hard things era of their life.
Right,
And
right, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and I see them all the time, and um, I think I don't remember when this was, but I had because like I mean I cook for a living, so I rarely cook at home.
right.
So I'm always bringing food back and forth to work, and then when I don't eat it, like the next day, I'll like drive to the bishop, like is the
Right.
people that be sitting in front, I just give it to
Right.
them, and they be trying to like ask me for cigarettes. I was like, come on now, do you want the food or do you want the cigarettes? And then I just give them the food and stuff. So, but yeah, you know, okay, yeah,
Yeah. Because I'm sure the voice of your grandma in the back of your head is like, don't you throw that out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
hear that
my
voice
grandma's haunt
all
me
the
if I
time.
throw away too much food. And
Yeah,
it's not the
I hear
fun
I
kind of
hear, I hear
haunting.
that voice all the time, especially like when I do my seafood boils, because my nieces and nephews and my brother, they love my seafood boils or chili.
Yeah.
She said you better make sure you put the right amount of seasoning in there,
Yeah.
the right spices. Like yeah, I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't waste a bite of it.
yep,
We
yep.
can't in this
Every
economy.
drop. Yeah, definitely can, especially with everything being recalled and stuff. I'm like, oh
Right.
my, yeah,
That was the first thing I said. He's here with smart food. He's here with stuff that's been fried, when even lettuce isn't safe, I'm gonna eat a hamburger.
yep. That's it. Hey, you can't go wrong with a hamburger.
No, no.
No, no.
If you don't have a barbecue to go to, Marcel will bring it to you.
I definitely will. Just call me. I got you. I got smoke. I got
Ah,
2 smokers. I got a grill. Let me know.
all right. Well, welcome to my state. Welcome to my city. You're exactly doing what we hope people do, is to overcome a hard time and have a good time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. It's been great ever since I've been here. So I'm happy to be
Awesome.
here. Yes,
Awesome.
ma'am.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you get on with your day and get on with your afternoon. Thanks for visiting with me.
Oh, no problem. You have a good day. Okay.
Yep. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, you guys.
How much fun is that? I totally want to hear from people that are excited to just be a part of their community. And I do hope Marcel volunteers with Feed Sioux Falls, and I hope we see him back there on more Saturdays. I want everybody to have a great afternoon. Go to feedsiouxfalls.com and donate. We are doing an event. I'm helping with an event that they're doing where we plan on doing a grab and go lunch on September 1st, or grab and go supper September 1st, so that some of the members of our community can attend the city council meeting. Because usually if they're going to the banquet or one of the other meal giveaways, it's at the same time as the city council meeting, and they've been talking more about wanting to know how those meetings work and being present. And so we're going to make that happen. We're going to gather donations, and on August 31st we're going to be making up sandwiches and grab and go lunches, and we're going to invite those people to join us at city council and see how the city works for them. You don't have a house to be a citizen. You don't have to have a house to have a voice. So keep doing good things, follow good examples. Have a great day, everybody.